this is a place where you can really leverage your experience and what you know how to do. There's so much still moving and fluid, and you can actually shape things. It's like if you have a good idea, if you just talk to people, there's a great willingness to engage in new ventures, in innovative setups, and that's a lot of fun if you want to create something.
And talking to some of the other contributors, they were sort of saying, and we've talked a lot about this, that the Middle East also is diversifying, it's moving away from traditional petroleum-based businesses into all sorts of different businesses, and I guess you have a lot of political will behind you.
Absolutely. There is a very, very strong awareness, both with the governments and the population in all of the Gulf countries, that oil and gas it's a matter of time until that business model will outlive itself. For one thing, because they're running out of oil and gas, the reserves are depleting, but also if you look at the global demand curve, it's actually less and less needed because we are moving beyond fossil resources, which is a good thing for all of us. So both the governments of the Emirates, the government of Saudi Arabia have stated very clearly that their interest is to move to a more diversified economy. Dubai obviously has been on the way for a long time, given that it didn't have much oil to start with. So they were forced to move, and everyone knows, obviously, the tourism industry, real estate, financial industry in the region, logistics. This is the biggest container port in the region that a lot of people are not aware of. Saudi has set an agenda, it's Vision 2030, which was published last year, which has a very ambitious plan, actually, for a variety of industries they want to develop to create more employment and a more sustainable economy.
So given that the pharmaceutical industry will expand in the Middle East and in Africa, so how important will CPhI be in that region?
Well, I have great hopes for it. I hope that this will offer a platform in the region rather than having people having to travel outside, which also will curry favor with the government to actually have it in the region. That gives them a feeling that they've actually arrived as one of the regions that matter to the industry at large globally. So as some people have said today in our presentation, is having the people they usually meet at CPhI Global, or if they go to the US to conferences, etc., have them come to the region. That's also about face and pride, right? It's like we are important enough to have this event. We are important enough to have people come here, have these discussions with us. I think that will give it a great spark and impetus to move forward in the next few years, but hopefully also encourage some of the local, smaller enterprises to get more engaged with the global industry.
Yes, I suppose the smaller ones have less money to spend on them traveling abroad to bigger events.
Money is usually not the issue in the Gulf, at least. So again, you have to think of the region, the Middle East and Africa, of about 70 different countries. Some of them are very wealthy. Keep in mind, it's like we all know how much they spend. Capital is usually not your restraint. The restraint really is experience and knowledge, and bringing, that kind of experience of how can you make a pharmaceutical venture work in. The money you'll always find in the region, and I mean that for sub-Saharan Africa as well. There's a lot of venture investment, there's a lot of private equity investment trying to get even into greenfield investments. What they need is people coming from the West actually working with them.
So you talk a great deal about opportunity. What about obstacles? What's in your way?
I think your own expectations are often in your way. Your own expectation of things having to go a particular way because that's what you've seen in other parts of the world. That's not going to happen. It rather is a unique business setting. It's not going to be a quick win. It's not going to be something you can pull off in a year or two. You do have to truly engage in the sense of take your time, see this as a strategic move. It's not going to be quick money fast, but it's going to pay off handsomely over decades to come. So I think manage your own expectations and then understand that you might actually be learning something new and how to work with people. It's like, and go for that ride. Instead of trying to impose what we do here on them, well, just see what comes to you if you take the time.
Okay, so it's day 2 of CPhI here. How has it been for you?
I might actually have done 2 business deals this morning already, inshallah, as we say in the region. It's been, as always, it's been very productive in just even opportunistically coming across people, bringing people together with a quick coffee, which is actually what I enjoy most, just to happen to come upon something.
Well, many congratulations. I hope the rest of day 2 is equally profitable, and day 3, goodness knows what you'll do.
Hopefully, we'll see you again, inshallah.